Oh, hello, everyone. I'm so excited to be here with you, speaking to you again today. If you're on live, let me know if you can hear me so I don't have a repeat of last time where I'm going for 15 minutes without any sound. Um, and I can hear myself on Instagram, so that's a good thing. So, if it is your first time ever joining me live, let me know that you're here. Say hello. I would love to connect with you and say hello. And if you are returning, if you are someone that I know, also say hello. I'd love to connect with you. And if you're watching the replay, hashtag team replay in the comments. Let me know that you were here and potentially what your biggest takeaway was. And you guys, I am so excited. I feel like I've just been a kid on Christmas with this event. I'm so excited to talk to you more today about the Invisible event, which is coming up at the end of the month. And we talked last time about one of the first important pieces that is going to be a part of it, which is going to be all about our our spark, our being seen, our star power, and us really calibrating to those rooms and to that level that we want to be in so that we can really hold that level and build those relationships and make those connections and really be seen, really allow ourselves to be seen as we see ourselves at that level and in those rooms that we know that we're meant to be in. And so I am so excited to speak to you today about the second really important piece to this, which is all about value, which is about the power of your value. And I'm so excited to bring these two energies, these two conversations to you in kind of a new way. Because what I've recognized is that so often we have one conversation, which is the conversation about the being seen, about the visibility, about the putting yourself out there, about the magnetism. And then we have this other conversation about valuing yourself and about knowing your worth and about your pricing and all of the things. But what I have really realized as I've done this work more and more with myself, and obviously with so many clients, is the power of holding these two energies together at the same time. Because the truth is, that the spark, the magnetism, the visibility piece is what gets you in the room. But the value piece is what gets you paid and what gets you paid at that level. And this is so important because what happens a lot of the times, your money stuff will never come up like in this moment. Like when you get yourself into a room that feels like just a little bit of a stretch. Like when you get yourself into the spaces and places that you've been calibrating to, and then you're suddenly there and it feels like you cannot ask for the money, or you cannot charge your worth, or you cannot hold the value, because we often get in that room, in that space, and we don't feel like we're worthy of being there. We feel like we're lucky, like we're privileged to be there, and we lose this ownership over the value of our gifts and our services and whatever it is that we bring. And so what I've realized is that we get to deepen these two pieces together in such an incredible way so that we get in the room and we get paid and recognized at the level that we're meant to be paid and recognized at. And there's so much here. Like, this is such a meaty thing to dive into, and so much comes up for people, and at all different levels, In the beginning, we just might feel guilt, or we might feel bad about charging. We might feel like we just have to give and give and give, and that we can't let ourselves receive. But we tend to mature beyond that, and we move to this next phase, and this next phase, and this next phase, and it shows up in new and different ways. And I talked about the piece that the other mentor is going to bring, really, which is this visibility piece, and this owning our value piece is a huge part of what I'm going to bring. This is a huge part of my mastery, and I've just cracked this code at such a deeper level for myself recently, and it's like had this ripple effect. I cracked something for me, and it's like a call went out in the ethers, and it's like people just knew, people just felt that I have this code. And I've had so many different amazing people being coming in and having me work with this on them, and we've been having such incredible results. People who are just growing their income, growing their revenue, but really it's about growing this relationship with themselves, with this ability to open to receive, this ability to hold their value, and not in this way that we often see, which is like this really like, I know my value, like I'm holding it in this kind of clenching way, but in this effortlessness, in this open hearted, open spirited, I see myself. And because I see myself so deeply, I see my gifts, I see my value, I'm open, and that truth just flows through me. And it can't help be recognized by other people. It can't help but be recognized by those that are witnessing us. And so what starts to happen is that instead of this thing where we're clenching and we have to hold our value, and we have to make sure that we say the price, and we have to make sure we do all these things, it just becomes so effortless. It just becomes so effortlessly a part of who we are, that we can't not be paid, that we can't not be paid, because it's just there. It's just in our aura, in our energy, woven into the fabric of who we are. And when we combine these two pieces, this piece of the spark, of the I see myself, I know who I am, I don't stop myself from shining, I don't block my authentic power, I stand in this truth of who I am and I let it be seen. And we have this piece around value that's just so woven into who we are. It's effortless. That's when we really start to get not recognized just in the way of like, they see you and they follow you on social media or they connect with you, but in the way of you get hired, in the way of you get recommended, in the way of you get connected. And very often, this is when next level opportunities start to come in, not even in the practical ways that we could plan for and strategies. They just come in because we become a match for them. And we get to integrate this so deeply into our beings that we just get to overflow and overflow and overflow. And the more we overflow, the more we get to overflow our overflow. And it's such a beautiful, gorgeous experience when we're in that kind of overflow, and when we have that kind of energy, and when we have that about us and around us. And the words I want to say are when we feel confident, but it feels like it goes beyond that, because that feels like a mental idea, and it's like a heart idea. It's like a heart valuing and open to receive, where it's not even a question that we would be receiving for our services. It would not be even a question that we're not receiving for the value of who we are. And this is the real truth, is that the value of who we are is not just in what we do, it's actually in who we are. It's that our presence, our beingness, this our authentic expression of who we are is the most valuable thing about us. And when we anchor this in like really as deep truth into the body, that's when we are able to open to receive in a way that feels so much more effortless, because we don't have to push and force and add things in order to feel valuable. The value is in who we are. And this is an idea that you've probably heard before. It's probably been repeated before. But when this lands so deeply in your body and in your energy field, the value is in who I am. And then you calibrate that spark and your magnetism so that you're in the right room. When you're in the right room and you know that the value is in who you are, magic happens. When you know that, magic happens. I'm just going to say, see who's here. Hi, hello. Someone's here from YouTube. I'm just going to check Instagram. Oh, there's a bunch of you on Instagram. Hello, everyone. Who is already in for the Invisible event? I know that there's quite a few of you already. I think there's almost 20 people in, and I'm so excited. We're going to have such a good time. So if you don't already know, the Invisible event is this event that's coming up at the end of the month. It's Saturday and Sunday at the end of the month. It's 2 days with myself and another mentor. We're running this as a mystery offer. And so that means that details are released gradually over time and as the price goes up. So the final price will be $1,100. $1,100 will be the final price for this event, but right now it is $240. So only $240 to join us right now for the event. And the details that have been released are the two topics. So there's a really beautiful piece around visibility and our magnetism and us really seeing ourselves in our star power and calibrating to the levels and the rooms that we know that we're meant to be in. And the second piece that I'm talking about today, which is us in our power around our value. When we could really deeply embody this value of who we are that goes beyond our services, beyond what we have to offer, but this value in our being and this openness to receive. And so myself and this other mentor who we have not released yet who it is. I think probably on the next live stream announcement, I will announce who it is. We are going to be hosting this incredible 2-day event, this incredible immersive experience around this and helping you deepen into these things in all of these ways. And so it's $240 right now. You can find the link on my bio, or you can send me a DM or a comment, and I'll send you the link. And the price will continue to go up until the event, which the final price will be $1,100. And again, this is not about pressure. This is not about pressure in any ways. If any part of you feels like FOMO or like you don't want to do it because you don't know, that's not the vibe. That's not the vibe. And you're welcome to wait until there's more information and see if you want to do it. The vibe for this is us in our self-trust, connected to our magic, going like, ooh, I just get a hit from this. I just have the feeling that I'm supposed to be in this room and I'm just going to dive in. I'm just going to dive in because I feel called and I'm trusting myself. It's not even about trusting me or trusting what it is. It's about trusting yourself, of feeling, if you feel a pull, to just be able to trust that pull. And I love to play with our intuition and our energetics like this and really have this honoring of ourselves when we feel this pull. And it's also just a really fun and exciting way that we get to release this event. Susan said she's in. Hello, visibility and magnetism. Yes, she said she loves my navy blue shirt. Thank you. I also got a haircut today, although I haven't dyed it yet, so I don't know if you can see the grays on the side. Marita is here. Hello. Hypno Business Coach is here. I feel like I know who you are, but I don't know who you are from just from your handle. But I'm so happy to see you here today. Oh my goodness, you guys, I'm so excited for this event. It's funny, every time I go to speak, I'm like, hey, what am I allowed to say? What am I not allowed to say? Don't say anything I'm not supposed to say yet. So visibility and value. And I feel like I actually just had a breakthrough with someone around this today. And one of my favorite things about this topic and this work, especially when we're doing it energetically and unconsciously, is very often we've stacked so much around the the structures and the systems. Very often we know we have this cerebral understanding of like, I know I'm supposed to charge my worth. I know I'm supposed to have my value. I know I'm supposed to have what it is, but it's not showing up in our reality. And as my good friend Danielle Amos always says, your results do not lie. Your results do not lie. And so very often when I work with people, we're in this situation where we've had this experience and we know the things, but it's not clicking all the way. And we know this because we're often getting in the room and we're getting the connection, but then we're not getting hired or we're not getting paid. Or we're like doing all this work around the value and holding the value, but then we're not connecting with the people. And so that means that something's off energetically, because when it is all aligned internally, the stars align. The stars align. And I have seen this happen again and again and again and again. So this is going to be such a beautiful space because we're going to bring these two conversations and interweave them. I'm like, I don't want to say too much before going, but we're going to have these two conversations together, interwoven, and not just from me, but by someone who is in such a deep embodiment of that star power, celebrity frequency, visibility, being seen, and with me, who is so the master of doing this work, especially in the unconscious and energetically, around value and standing in our power, and having these two people and these two mentors and these two conversations. I keep calling it a conversation, but there's going to be a lot more than just talking. We're going to be doing a lot of immersive stuff, a lot of releasing stuff, a lot of embodiment stuff, a lot of energetics, some energy healing. Oops. I just had a Tom Holland moment. I wasn't supposed to say that today. Anyways, you just got a little bit extra if you're on this live. But we're going to be doing all of the things to really help you embody and hold these two energies together in this way that feels effortless. And that's where I was going when I started this. One of my favorite things that I see when I work with people on this is how effortless it is. We've often done so much work. We've often like stacked the deck in our favor, but then it's like feels hard and it feels like this thing we have to push. It feels like this thing we have to reach for. But then when we really get it and it lands fully, and it's about landing fully and getting rid of everything that's in the way, because the truth is, this is our natural state of being. We're meant to be in this magnetism. We're meant to value ourselves. It's meant to be in flow, like a partner dance with with the people that you're matching with. It's actually us that are blocking it energetically in different ways. And when we release this, it gets to come in so easily. And very often people have this experience like the hose has just been turned on. The hose has just been turned on. And it's like there's love everywhere, there's money everywhere, there's all the things everywhere. I don't know. I can't believe that it's so easy. It's just happening. It's just happening. And then we get to expand our ability to hold that. We get to expand and it just comes more and it comes more and it comes more. And it's so fun, and we get to compound that energy and we get to live in that energy and experience so much. We get to really, really overflow. And this is when we get into that level of overflow that we get to overflow to others. I call this infectious prosperity, where we're so prosperous that's like we infect other people with our prosperity. And that's when you're truly prosperous. That's when you're truly abundant. That's when you're truly in overflow, when you're so in overflow that your overflow flows to others and causes them to be in overflow as well. And I'm not just talking about in the material, I'm talking about energetically as well. And this is just such a beautiful container and such a beautiful thing that we get to bring in. Marita's laughing at me and saying, hi, we love you, because I'm oversharing. Susan says, can't wait. Valerie says, hey, Michael, so excited for this. I'm so excited to have you guys. Carolyn, it's Carolyn. Hello, Carolyn. How are you? It's so funny. It was like sometimes when I'm on a live and all of the handles come up on Instagram, there's that thing where it's like I can see the picture and I can see the handle and I'm like, I know that I know you, but I don't know exactly who it is right now. It's Carolyn. So good. So good. So again, I don't know. And when I say that I don't know when I'm going to make the next announcement, I literally don't know. I thought that I was going to make it yesterday and then I didn't feel the hit. I didn't feel the hit. I didn't feel the hit. And I was like, okay, we're just going to, 6 o'clock came around. And I was like, okay, I guess we're not doing it today. Today was a really busy day. I had my haircut today. I had mastermind calls with private clients. I received the healing. So much went on today, but I just had this hit and I was like, today's the day. Today's the day. We're going to raise it and release more. So I honestly don't know when I will release more and raise the price again. But right now you can get the invisible event for $240 before it goes up to its final price of $1,100. And that is Saturday and Sunday at the end of the month from I think 12 p.m. noon to 3 p.m. today, myself and another incredible mentor. And when I say incredible, like this person has helped me so much. We've both worked together. We've both helped each other so much in our journeys. And even as a friend, whenever we have a conversation, I feel expanded. I feel like I'm so much more on the level of my excellence, on the level of my star power, of my mission, of my purpose and potential, of what I know that I'm here and I'm meant to be. And so I'm so excited to just be bringing you this event in collaboration with this other person who will remain nameless for now. Valerie says, always love seeing you. Always love seeing you as well. So I invite you to jump in. Again, if you need the link, you can send me a message or a comment and I can send it to you. And you can also find it in my bio in my link tree. It's not called Linktree, but it's like bio.michaeledwards.live. But you'll see it. It's in all my bios and all of my profiles. So thank you so much. I'm like, is there anything else that I need to tell you? I probably should get off before I spill the beans and tell you anything else that I shouldn't tell you. I will tell you this. I got a ping for this earlier, and this is coming through again now. We sometimes feel, and I see this in people, this comes up in conversations. We sometimes question ourselves about whether a mentor or a thing or a space or an offer is right for us. And I'm not just talking about this event that I'm talking about right now. I'm also talking about other mentors you may have hired, other spaces that you may be in, other things that you may have purchased. And something happens sometimes where we second guess ourselves, particularly if we get in there and we get in the room and it's not quite what we thought it was going to be, or we don't get the result quite at the speed or in the way that we thought it was going to, and we start to question. And I see this a lot of the times. People will ask questions about, like, I'm in a training right now and this person is like questioning the person, like if the person doing the training's advice is the right advice for her. And of course, in her mind, she feels like she's questioning this. But what, when I felt into it, I could see very quickly, and this is what a lot of us do, is it's actually we're questioning ourselves. It's actually questioning our own selves and our own trust. And it's like very often there was a me that was super aligned, that knew, it was like I knew, and I made this decision. I made this choice to leap into this thing. And now I'm questioning it, but it's not actually the thing that I'm questioning. It's myself. And it's really important for us to recognize this, because we sabotage ourselves in life, we sabotage ourselves in business, and we question ourselves so frequently when we do this. And the truth is that that isn't the truth. It's doubt and fear creeping in. And it's the questioning of decisions that I already made. And for us to be the leaders that we're meant to be, for us to live our purpose and to truly find that life path, that life trajectory that's ours, that's truly ours, it's not anyone else's, it's not influenced by our parents or society or our partners or our sisters or our siblings or anything, but our true unique blueprint and path. We cannot be questioning ourselves constantly. We have to come into this resonance with our own choices and with our own knowing. And my friend, again, Danielle and I have been talking a lot about fast action recently, and there's this idea of even moving it through the chakra system. I receive the intuition, I receive the insight, I receive the divine guidance, and then can I move it through me into action quickly? Can I move it through me into action? And then can I trust the action? And our ability to do this, to move from insight to inspired action quickly, and to be in full trust of our action is it's just such a power move. It's such a power play because a lot of people don't live like that, right? And so if we can be in that and we can be in power and in trust for ourselves, because the truth is, it's not even about if the choices that we made were right or not right. It's about our ability to walk through it. And so if we make a choice, especially if we're in our power, if we make a choice that turns out to be wrong for us in some way, then that's actually there for a reason. It's actually there for us to learn a lesson. So instead of questioning ourselves and instead of going into doubt and fear and kind of disintegrating, is what it feels like to me, can we stay in full integration, and can we just learn the lesson? Instead of letting to doubt and fear have us move into fragmentation, can we just stay in integration? And can we walk with trust? And can we walk in our power? And can we walk with the knowing that I'm going to get the lesson or I'm going to learn the lesson, but I'm moving forward either way. I'm moving forward either way. And deepening this trust into ourselves and into our bodies in such a beautiful way is such an important piece of this for us, especially when we're entrepreneurs, especially when we're doing things that other people are not going to understand, and especially because we're such unique beings, and our success and our blueprint and the way things are meant to happen for us is going to be It's just going to be our own way. So I'll leave you with that for today. You have, let me know if you have any questions. If anyone has any questions, you can send me a DM. The Invisible event is currently at $240 before it goes up to the final price of $1,100. The doors are open. I am welcoming you in to your magnetism, to your power. This is going to be such a beautiful space, such a beautiful conversation, such a beautiful immersion and a deepening with myself and this other mentor who will be revealed soon, which I'm very excited about. But otherwise, thank you so much for joining me today. If you know someone that would benefit from this conversation, please share it with them. If you got something out of today, please leave a comment and let me know how this was for you. Let me know what you're taking away. Anything you want to share, I'm so, so happy to receive it. There were so many comments from Monday's live. And if you haven't watched that yet, I invite you to go and watch it. I talked a lot about visibility and being seen and calibrating to our our star power. And I was going to say something else, but that I'm not supposed to say yet. So I need to get off here before I say anything else I'm not supposed to say. Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate your presence. I appreciate you being here. And I'll leave you with this. Whatever you think you have coming for you, the universe has more in store for you. Whatever you imagine for yourself, the universe has more in store for you. Let that land. Thank you for being here today. My name is Michael Edwards. I'm sending you so much love, and bye for now.